Hello and welcome back to another week of Personal Poems Monday. I'm so happy that this worked today. I actually had to restart my computer and restart my webcam, so I was thinking that I wouldn't be doing videos for a long time, but thank you to the internet, which helped me solve my problem. Today I am going back to reading a poem from the poetry a day that I get in my email, and I'm also going to make it kind of interactive because I'm going to put a link to my change.org petition, and I can talk a little bit about that after I read the poem for today. So I will get started with reading. The poem today is called Nothingness by Lundy Martin. And I'm excited about this because as soon as I read it, I felt like this is the type of poet that I would want to be in the future. So I hope that you get that from this reading today, Nothingness by Lundy Martin. I don't want to say anything. What is it to be saying? Forced speech, rape speech. I have no subjectivity or light subjectivity. Speaking, defunct. Land mass floats, and the forests have been felled, and the antlers snapped. More flips already sown. Most of us are keen to mouth the word beast. Everyone is talking, like dentures, clack, clack, but nothing is really said, or so much chatter static. I'm not saying anything either. I'm waiting and breathing. My body is speaking, expressing the thingness of the thing. It chats at me, motoring. In the taxi, a tree-shaped purple fragrance floats across face. To be a red scratch or red scotch, depending on your calculation of the sublime or the sublime itself. Memory fixed, and then splatter. My mother in her pink kitchen washes what the garden and its gray chemicals produced. Outside, the gate ajar, the dog run wilding. A thing called girl splay or wheat heart. We could draw a little chalk line there. This is not conceptual. This is a poem. You are a poem. I am. The hesitancy, the undoingness, more secrets, humiliation as release. The men all say, I want to stretch you out, feeling themselves big in this small corner of the world. How chivalrous, the ache of any obvious sliding down. What would the poem be without wings to block out the light? And I really like what poets.org does, and they give you a description about what the poem is. And it says, this poem comes out of despair. Its first concern is the problem of disclosure in this age of fascism, global populism, global warming, mass migration, and the persistent assault on female and femme bodies. When I say disclosure, I mean the network of meaning that comes from all utterances and the way they overlap. If nothing is produced in this supposed meaning-making, nothing that elevates our humanness, what is left for us to do? And that was Lundy Martin. Let me show you what she looks like. I always do this, but her picture is cool because she is kind of doing like a gender neutral type thing, but she's looking down, not looking at the camera, so it kind of makes you more curious about who she is. Her most recent work of poems is called Good Stock, Strange Blood, and it came out and was published last year. So that's all for my poetry reading. I have some more that I'm working on tinkering with, but I also wanted to tell you about my Change.org petition that I started about 2 or 3 months ago. So when I was a freshman in college in 2015, I wanted to make a petition for women to get free sanitary pads in the whole country, what I was thinking. And basically I got busy and I never got to do it. So this summer I said, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to create my petition. And I created it. And I was excited about my scaling down my idea, first of all, to make free sanitary pads for women and products, just for the state of Maryland first, and then branch out and see what happens. So I like to tie in always political work in whatever stage I'm doing. I feel like it is my purpose, aligned with my purpose, to see what is wrong and what's unfair and do my little part in making that a little bit easier, better, or just taking action towards something that I think is wrong. So in this case, that's what I decided to do. So I think it went perfectly with Dawn's poem today, her conscious political poem, which is what I will strive to write about one day. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. It was a little bit longer. This is actually a shirt that I wore on my trip to Louisiana that I really like. So have a great rest of your night.